What's up, YouTube? This is a real interesting question I got asked. Who was the least popular team that won back to back championships in the 90s in the three major sports? Your options are the Toronto Blue Jays, 92-93 Baseball World Series champions, the Rockets, 94-95, and the Denver Broncos, 97-98. It's a real strange question because you never get asked who was the least popular. But yeah, I'm gonna take a crack. This is off a sight and memory. It's like, okay, somebody gotta do it. If I had to say the least favorable of it, I'd have to say the Toronto Blue Jays because they were in Canada. Cito Gaston never gets his due as a black manager who was the first to win two rings, and he won back to back, and no one ever gives him their due. And Joe Carter's home run, Dave Winfield's big hits. I mean, they had some, and Mitch getting that home run off of Mitch Williams, which was a big deal. The Blue Jays was happening back then. They had a incredible team. It was incredible, but it doesn't really get the same fanfare. And I think because it being Canada, you know, and at the time with baseball, because everything was about Atlanta at that time. Atlanta was looking like they were going to be a dynasty, and you had Barry Bonds with the Giants. This was before the Yankees got their show going, and this was after the Oakland A's had kind of fallen off after looking like they could have been a dynasty. So baseball is one of the most unpredictable sports because you never know who's going to run the table. But I don't think the Blue Jays ever, I don't think Toronto Blue Jays ever got their love and respect for what they put down. So I think they definitely probably take the top seat in this one so far. If I'm taking about the least popular team that was a repeat champion in the three. Um, that gets me to the next ones, which the Houston Rockets and the Denver Broncos. Woo! Because Akeem Olajuwon, the Rockets have coming back in both years, trailing the Phoenix Suns in both years. This is what started the Robert Ory legacy. Makes me wonder why Sam Cassell can't get a job because he was huge in both. Clyde Drexler came for the second ride when they beat Orlando in the finals. He came over in a trade. But the first year you had, and of course you had Mario Chalmers, not Mario Chalmers, Mario Ellie, Kenny the Jet Smith. You know, you had some prominent players out there. And I remember Mario Ellie hit some big shots for the Rockets in both. So that Rocket team, Rudy Tomjanovich never underestimated the heart of a champion, is more respected in time, but it was more because of the dream. Olajuwon's performance when Dave Robinson got the MVP over him and how he, handed it to him, that performance. So it was more, and Vernon Maxwell had his moments the first year, not so much second. But the thing is that the Rockets team is kind of like some people kind of put an asterisk by it because Jordan went there, but it wasn't their fault. They won. They came up big. Of course, Nick Anderson missed those 4 free throws in the second one. The first one against the Knicks, hard fought 7-game series. They beat the Knicks in 7, but most people remember the OJ chase in Game 5 with the block screen. So it should kind of tell you some people are kind of indifferent with them. So I'm going to get to where they rank. And then there's the Denver Broncos, John Elway. And when they won that one against Green Bay with the helicopter, where Elway hit that one, Terrell Davis went off. Shannon Sharp was there. They had some big time playmakers. They came up big. Mike Shanahan was the coach, you know. If I had to say the least favorite is probably Toronto was the first, and I'd probably second would from rank them in order, probably the Broncos. Even though they had that second year when they had that long winning streak until they lost that game to the Giants. So I'd probably say that the Rockets were more popular of those three that repeated. But it's an interesting debate, and I'm looking forward to the comments. The least favorite back-to-back champion in the 90s. Because as strange as it was, there's a lot of repeat teams in different sports. You'd be surprised. So it's a good topic. It's twisted, though. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like. And when you subscribe, you hit that membership, you request that you make, videos come out. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free, and my peace.